Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Allison Alanna, and if you are new here, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the like button on the way in. Also, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always watching. So today it's like really late in the evening, and I've been chilling. You know, I got a friend over, longtime friend over, and we've been chilling, eating pizza, talking, just reminiscing, talking about some things new and old, and just relaxing. The kids is running around doing their usual thing. So I didn't do a lot of vlogging today at all, but yeah, I just thought I would start the vlog. It's late. It's like probably like 10 o'clock at night. That's a shame that I'm starting the vlog that late. But yeah, so that's just what's going on now. I think I'm about to go eat some more pizza because like that pizza was good and I think I want some more. I guess I could give you guys this suggestion. If you have not went to Domino's and got a pan pizza, you need to go get a pan pizza, okay? The pan pizza, get it with the is it Parmesan garlic sauce? Or it might be called Parmesan garlic sauce, but you're going to get that in place of your typical pizza sauce, tomato sauce, that type of thing, right? And then you're going to just get some cheese and chicken. Thank me later. So I'm just in here trying to straighten up. We ate all the garlic pizza because that pizza is just ridiculously good.
There's more pizza.
There's some crazy stuff happening in here. But I be doing my best to keep things cool and maintained.
Okay, so we got that soda right there.
No, we're not going to show that. Good morning, y'all. I've really been up for like 2 hours now. I got up at like 5 something this morning. I don't know, my alarm was going off at 5 something. I thought I'd turn all my early alarms off because I don't have a reason to really be up there early no more. But what was I about to say? Oh, I was coming out here. I jumped up because I was like, well, let me go out here and tell my folks bye, because they was getting ready to hit the road. And to not even to my surprise, but they was long gone. As they said they was going to leave at like 4. But I don't know. I know sometimes I be saying I'm going to leave at 4 and then don't leave till 5 or something like that. So I came out here thinking I was going to still give them a hug. And folks was long gone. So I'm going to give a call in a couple of hours just to make sure they're okay and the journey going well, because it's raining out here too. And they got a pretty long drive to take. So, yeah, so yesterday I called, I guess the place where my car is currently stored, just to check, because it's been, well, at least as of yesterday, it had been like 11 days or 12 days since it's been gone. So I called and I said, well, let me just see if they still have it there or if it's been moved to auction or whatever the case might be. And it's actually still there. To my surprise, I just assumed it would be gone by now. But it's still there, but which is a great thing, but that's only half the battle. I still don't have the money for this vehicle. So I guess you could call that bittersweet. I guess, because I mean, I like to look at the cup halfway full. I like to look at the cup halfway full as opposed to halfway empty, you know? So the fact that it's still there is like awesome, because that means that there's still hope. So where I'm going to get this money from, I'm not exactly sure. But the fact that it's still sitting there gives me hope that it's still possible. Like if it was gone and sold off, I would probably feel some kind of way like, dang, it's really gone. It's really gone. But because of the fact that it's still there, it's like, wow, this could possibly turn around. This could possibly turn around. Now, at first, I didn't even really think I wanted my truck back. I was just like, whatever. And I'm still not really tripping, but I did make the decision that, yeah, I do want my, I do want to get it back. And number one, because I need my vehicle. And then number two, I just remember promising that vehicle to my son. I was going to pass that down to him for his first car. And even though things might get so amazing in my life where by then I'll probably be able to buy him one, I just still wanted to keep that promise, you know. I'm going to tell y'all this little story that I don't think I ever shared on my on my channel. But before I got that truck, I used to drive this little red Hyundai Elantra, right? It was a hatchback. It was so small. I had 3 kids in this hatchback. And man, at that time we were going through a lot of stuff back then as well. Like back in 2019, things was like going bad again. Well, before. Well, I guess I should say one of my bad moments, because I mean, I've had a lot of bad moments. I've had ups too, you know. When I'm up, I'm up. When I'm down, it's just what it is, you know. I mean, it always just seems to go back and forth. But I feel this time feels so different. It's like this is my great escape. And I feel like once I get out this time, that's going to be it. Like, I don't know. I've been feeling a lot. Like, I remember I posted something on my Instagram and I was like, something amazing is coming. I don't know what it is, but congratulations to me. I was congratulating myself in advance. Even while I knew I was going to be possibly facing an eviction. Before I even put the first video out about the eviction or anything, I just feel it in my spirit that something great is about to happen. Like, I just feel like all my dreams are about to come true, honey. They're just waiting for me to just grab them. You know, so yeah, so I had this red hatchback, and the car was so bad. Like it used to run so good, but the paint was like, it looked like it was like fading. So like somebody had bleached my truck. It was fading, like the sun was drying the color out. I had to put a brick behind or in front of it. I don't even remember where that brick used to go at, because it used to roll even after I put it in park. So I would have to put it in park, put the, hold the brake, and have one of my kids go outside and put the brick even in the front or the back, whichever way it was rolling. Because, see, it got like that because one day my brakes went out in my truck, in my car. And literally we almost died. Like, I remember this day, I was going like kind of like down a hill too. And that car was rolling, and I was just like, I don't even know what I was thinking. I just knew I was going to fight. I had my 2 boys. I only had 2 boys at the time. And I'm like, nah, it's not about to go down like that. So I'm whipping the car, knowing that all I could do is steer the car. So by the time I came down the hill, I noticed an apartment complex to my left. So I hurried up and just swung the car off the road in the apartment. Because I'm thinking it's probably less likely that we're going to die in a parking lot than on the main road. I get in the parking lot, and Now, it's like this elderly couple right in front of me, right? And my car is going straight towards them. Now, I don't know this parking lot. So in my head, I'm like, well, I'm thinking we about to go out and the people in front of me about to go out, right? And I start honking the horn and I'm screaming through the window, run for your life, run for your life. Oh my God, this day was so terrible. This day was so terrible. But then as I'm coming towards them, right? Because they was old, getting their little walkers out. They wasn't going to be able to really be doing no running for their life. They was going to be out. They was going to be got with me and just done for. So when I'm coming towards them, now I'm saying it's another part, you know, I could turn. So, okay, I swing around that side of the parking lot. And we just are going, flying and flying and flying around in the parking lot, right? And suddenly the car, I'm like dodging cars and people crossing the street and like crossing the parking lot. And they looking, but it's like nobody is really understanding or thinking that something's wrong with the brakes. And we in the car just screaming, yelling, oh my God, Lord help. And then suddenly the car just like slows down a little bit. And when it slowed down, I told my oldest son to just get out. I'm like, okay, well, if we going to get got, at least if I could get him out, he could later tell the story and say what happened, you know? So as soon as he got out, the car started flying around again. And I'm like, what the heck? So I think I just got tired. I'm like, I'm just sick of this. I've been running around the road. Now I'm in these people's parking lot in the apartment complex. Like, it was just I just got tired and I just slammed the car in park. I put the car in park, the car started going backwards. I'm like, no, this car demon possessed at this point. This is not making any sense. How I slammed the car in on park, and I'm now flying backwards going around the parking lot. I just wasn't understanding what was going on. Like, I just know the devil been trying to take me out for many, many years, but he just can't do nothing with me because God wants me here. You know, it's like just some of the stupidest stuff be happening, make no sense, that always seem to happen to me, but I always come out of every last one. So that's why for the people that always say, oh, she too calm, she lying, it's because I've been through everything you could possibly go through. There's nothing left for me to go through at this point. And if it is, it's very little left on that list. So I don't trip. My first reaction is not to panic. It's always to resolve. What can I do to fix this? How can I fix this? How can I avoid this? I know that this possible outcome is about to happen, but what can I do? Because whatever is going to take me out is going to really have to fight me to take me out. Okay, so we don't lay down and die over here. We fight for ours. So eventually the car finally stops, and I get out, and it's the car literally in the middle of the people parking lot. It just stopped there. I got the baby out, and I just was there. I think I had called one of my siblings or whatever. And I was like, could you come and tow my car? And I explained what happened. So I was there waiting for a couple of hours. And eventually that same little old couple that I was about to run over, they came down there like 15 minutes later and was like, we saw you flying through the parking lot. Is everything okay? And I said, oh, my brakes had went out. And I was like, oh, okay, we kind of had figured that, but we came down here. They brought me food. They brought the kids. Now, I don't even know how maybe they seen the kids. I think I may have had sense on that car. Or maybe they just saw us by the time we actually had got out the car. But they brought us food down there. It was so nice. It was another guy. He happened to live in the building that my vehicle had stopped in front of. And he came out there, offered us some cookies, a couple bottles of water. He said, I'm getting ready to go to bed, but before I go, do y'all need anything before I go in and stuff? He brought some stuff out, went in there and closed his little blinds up and was gone. We was out there for quite a while waiting on my folks to come. But so many people had ended up coming over trying to help. Like somebody was trying to move the car out the road so it could get parked. And he ain't believe me when I said, look, this car is gonna fly. You're gonna be flying if you move this car. And he tried to move it and ended up almost going over the daggone curb, like out the parking lot onto the sidewalk. Like that car was tripping, okay? That car was tripping. And I ended up getting it fixed. And it was still doing the rolling thing though, so I had to use my emergency brake. Then eventually the emergency brake went out because I was using it so often. So that's where the brakes came in at. Somebody had gave me this idea to just put a brake behind the vehicle when it gets to rolling. So now, fast forward, we living at this hotel. I had left my vehicle over at somebody's house or whatever, right? So the car was left at this person's house and I was driving my truck. And eventually I had to get my hatchback towed to the hotel that I was staying at. And I had some things in the vehicle and when I got my apartment, I left the vehicle there thinking, oh, you know, at the time I was pregnant and I just, with my last pregnancy, I had no energy. Like I literally ate and slept every day and I was 200 pounds and I delivered that baby. 200 pounds. Like that's all I did was eat and sleep. I needed to eat at least 10 meals a day and sleep the rest of the time. That's it. So, I ain't never go back and get the vehicle. I kept thinking about it, saying I would go get it because the battery was always dying too because I was never driving that vehicle. So the fact of having to go and get a jump and this and that, like it just kind of was like on the back burner for me. So the hotel, the lady didn't like me there because my youngest, well, at the time he was my youngest son, but he misbehaves a lot, you know, and he was like causing problems in the lobby. She would be trying to check people in. He'd be out there kicking the sign over and knocking stuff that like, man, I already know my son bad, but it is what it is. So he was just doing what he typically would do. And she started like trying to nitpick about other things. It was that particularly, I believe, but she started trying to make everything else a problem as well. So because of that, she deliberately, my name was in my vehicle. Like I had something in my vehicle where you could visibly see my name. And I know they saw it because somebody ended up calling me and was like, I think you left some property here. We wanted to talk to you about it, whatever, whatever. And by the time I went to go see what they talking about, which I knew it had to only be my car, they ended up towing my vehicle and couldn't tell me where the vehicle was. Like if you called a tow truck for my vehicle, you should be able to tell me who towed it so I could go see about my vehicle. That's all I wanted. I didn't have no problem. If you felt you wanted to move it, you could have moved it. I really don't care. However, when you move it, you should be able to tell me where you towed it to. That's just, I think, decent and fair. That makes sense to do. So, never got my vehicle back. Got to run around on a lot of stuff. And like I said, I was pregnant. I was tired all the time. I barely had the energy for that. So I ended up losing the vehicle. But that vehicle was so raggedy, right? And I always say to myself, this is the vehicle that I'm never going to get rid of. I'm keeping this vehicle forever because when I grow, when I elevate, which I always knew I was going to do, I still know I'm going to elevate. Like I already know the life of abundance is definitely for me. And I always said, when I get my mansion, I'm going to park that raggedy Honda Elantra hatchback right in front of it. And it's not going to make sense to see it there because why would this broke down vehicle with a brick behind or in front, depending on which way it's rolling that day, sometimes in both of them, why would this be here? And I said, I will always want it there to keep me humble, to make me remember where I came from, to make me remember what I used to have to drive, to make me remember what used to hold me down back in the day before I got to my place that, you know, I'm going to. Like, I don't know, it was a symbol for me. Like that car, I had that car for so long and I used to drive hours and hours in that car. And that car, always ran. Yeah, it had stuff that would go wrong, like the brakes, and I end up messing up the brakes even worse, you know, because of me slamming the car in park or whatever. But still, like, besides that, that car has always been reliable. And I'm just like, man, I appreciated that car. As tore down as it was, I appreciated that car so much because it was getting us everywhere. Like, it never had no problems. I don't even remember even really having to get repairs done besides this one brake issue. That car was always just there and like a friend, for real. Like, I could count on that car. And I really had felt some kind of way when that car got towed. Not because it was so great and I loved it and wanted to have it, but just because of what it meant to me. You know, like, that car was really holding me down, and I wish I could get it back. I probably want that car back more than I want my truck back. And I don't really get like attached to material things or items, but like I said, that car, it's a lot of memories there. It's a lot of memories with that car, and I really just always planned to park it in front of my mansion. Once I finally got a mansion, I wanted that to be, you know how people had their Escalades or their Rolls Royce or, you know, whatever, some type of high, top of the line vehicle parked in front of their mansion on the little, like, what you call them driveways where you could go around, like, kind of like a little roundabout driveway, I guess. I don't really know. But they have a nice car parked in front of their house. I wanted to have my hatchback parked in front of my house. I still wish I could get that car back. But yeah, so just thinking about the little sentiments of that vehicle, what I was planning to do with it, and now my truck, what I was planning to do with it, which was given to my son when he turned 16, it just make me want to get it back. To use it, of course, but to also make sure that I could keep that promise I made to my kid. So yeah, I just thought I would share that this morning while it was just came into my mind, because I don't lose hope quickly. Like, I'm the type that holds on and waits, because I know that with patience, things work out. I know that if you just relax and take your matters to God, God could definitely work your matters out. And I've just finally come to that place where my faith is bigger than my money. I know that I could lose my job. I could lose anything that I'm relying on and thinking, oh, that's what's going to pay my bills. But I also know that I can't lose God. If I'm choosing to stick by him, I can never lose that. And like the word says, and I used to always try to read this and make it make sense to me, but it just never did, because I was a person that thought that my actions is going to override the power of God, you know? So in my foolish thinking over the years, I have learned that definitely God is going to supply all of my needs according to his riches and glory. And all I have to do is put my time into him. You know how I say, work on yourself more than you work on your business? It's also seek God more than you work on yourself, you see? Or, and that's actually a part of working on yourself. So it's more so like, seek God more than you worry about money. That's the one. That's it right there. Seek God more than you worry about money. Everything on this earth belongs to him. Everything on this earth belongs to him. And I'm not saying you could just sit there and things will fly in your possession. It's just that God, if anybody know what you're doing, God know what you're doing. You see? So even if nobody else thinks you're doing anything, as long as you and God know what you're doing, it's going to work out. It's going to work out. He knows your efforts. He knows your heart. He knows your thoughts. He knows your actions. He knows it all. So I'm going to sum this up by saying, don't ever think that because things are looking bad for you, that God isn't there listening, that he doesn't see your effort, that he doesn't see all the work you did, even if it wasn't work from this year, all the work you've been doing from 10 years ago, that he doesn't see all of that you've been doing, all them sleepless nights, all them nights when you were stressed out trying to think about this and that and put this together and do this and that, like all the work you've done that nobody else knows you've done. Most importantly, your spiritual work, the work you've done on yourself spiritually, the things you do behind closed doors, the prayers you pray, the things you think, the things you ask for, the work you're doing to get them, the things you're planning. God knows all of them. God knows all of them. So again, whoever might want to doubt, whoever might still be in disbelief, whoever might be thinking that you got to exert yourself, you got to overwork yourself to be able to get what you want, I challenge you to think differently. I challenge you to really meditate on that fact that if you seek God first, you could have 10 cents. God will send somebody with 1,000 more if you seeking him first. Trust me on that. If you don't believe nothing else that I ever say in these vlogs, trust me on that one. Whew, so I just got back from dropping my oldest son off to school, and I rode with him because he had never taken an Uber before. Well, he has, but it was with my daughter. But I just didn't really feel comfortable letting him go in the Uber by himself. So I rode up there with him, and we just got back in. So he's doing his little program, and it's pretty strict that you can't miss any days or you won't be able to come back. So I had to make sure I got him there. He was still like 8 minutes early, so that was good. So now I'm about to, I'm actually about to eat me some pizza because we still got a lot of pizza left. And that pizza, I wish I had another garlic pizza because that garlic pizza was bomb. But I'm gonna eat what's left. Hopefully it's something left. So washing machine man is calling. I'm about to write him a song. I was just thinking about that because I don't know how I skipped him. He the one called the most. He the one do the most action. How I ain't gonna dedicate no song to him, but Repo Man got a song. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. What am I doing? So, wait a minute, Augie Bear. So, I'm about to write him a song. And I could have probably, I was trying to actually get a ride to Washing Machine Man yesterday. But I was kicking it with my friend, and then I thought about it later on in the evening. Lord help me. So maybe once my oldest son come back home, I could figure something out with that. But yeah, call one from the washing machine man just came in. All right, so we got this high chair that I'm about to try to put together. So before I get started, let me tell y'all about this high chair. This high chair, I purchased 2 of these high chairs, I want to say a year ago. Right, and I put them up, and they were only up for, they only got used for a short period of time because I ended up putting them in storage for a while. So I go and I get them out of store. All right, so I get them out of storage, and what happened? So I set one up, right? Because I had to, but Ace was too big for his. So I left his in the box. Like, I didn't really pay attention to the weight requirement on the on these high chairs. I just bought 2 because I mean I got 2 kids. I needed 2 high chairs. I just bought the 2 of them, not even thinking that the weight requirement, or maybe I did and I just picked the wrong one. Like, the baby was really young at that time, and my brain was so scattered. I was just trying to get the stuff they needed. So anyway, I put one up in here in the kitchen, and I left the other one in the box because I'm like, I have a Mercari store that I sell my pre-loved baby items on. So I'm like, well, literally Ace sat in this thing like twice, and he's just way too big for the high chair. So I kept it in the box and said I'm gonna put it on the shop, and I didn't. So recently I go in the kitchen and I look, and the high chair is like collapsed on the floor. And when I look, it's literally broken completely off of the leg is broken completely off. Like not in a way where you could put it back in there, but it's just done. All right. So I looked, and it's Ace. Ace talking about he went in there to sit down, and the high chair went collapsing down, and he fell. So he done went in there and broke the whole high chair. So it's probably a good thing that I didn't put the other one up for sale, because now I need it. So I'm finally about to take it out the box and put this other one together so August can have a place to have another high chair. But this is the catch. I don't have the instructions to put it together. The instructions, they did something with that. And I'm about to have to try to just eyeball it and kind of just do what I did before. Because, I mean, I've done this. I put this high chair together 3 times. So I put both of them together when I very first opened them up. And then I did it another time when we got, and I put one together in here. So, let's see what I can do. All right, so my phone cut off. I don't even know where I left off at, but doesn't matter. Let's get to the high chair. I'm going to take this plastic off. So this is what the high chair look like. And I'm not ready yet. And I'm gonna have to wipe. Go do your drive. Go drive. I'm gonna have to wipe off the strap on here. I just realized it looked like some hot sauce or something. So this was definitely Ace's, because he's the only one that eats hot sauce all day on every single thing. But all right, so let's see what I can come up with, because I really don't remember how this thing goes. I got the 4 legs here. Go, Papa, go drive, go drive. And then, where's the other? Oh God, they done came over here and moved stuff. No, you go over there and do your drive. Oh, here we go. So I got this other little box. I had taped this stuff up so good. You would think it was fresh out the packaging. Wonder what they got going on. Alright, so then I thought it was supposed to be like something that was skinnier. I really don't even remember how this actually goes. No, but I'm pretty excuse me, August, go do your driving. Go do your driving. I'm pretty sure that these ones go like that. And so I'm gonna put those, please stop, together, because that's what I know. I definitely remember. Okay, so check it out. Don't put that up there, please. August, can you please go do your car? Over there on the floor. On the floor, over there. Alright, so I got the 4 of these now assembled into this thing. And I got this little screw. I don't see no like nails or nothing though. Because I think you got to screw, well, I know you got to screw this on the front, but I don't even see the nails. I wonder was it in the other box? I had like these boxes underneath my dining table, and I had them underneath there just to kind of preserve them, because I know when things get left out, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be destroyed. But it seems as though they took the box to go and make it into like a little car, so they was like driving themselves around while sitting in the box. And I think the box ended up getting broken, which is why I don't have the screws in the screws and the, what's that thing called? The instructions. So yeah, this thing is hard to push in. It really is hard. All right, so yeah, I am remembering now how annoying this thing is. This little hole right here on this piece of the high chair, it must receive this little silver, what is it, little clicker inside for it to be secure. So when I push it in, it's not really going in the way it's supposed to. I just pulled it back out because I can't get the silver part. I can't get the I can't get the silver part. No, sir. So as I was saying, it's really difficult to push this thing in here. And I can do it because I've done it 3 times before, but it just takes a really long time. Okay, so 49 years later, I got my first leg in. Now I just got to get the next 3 on. And then I could put the little, what's them things? I guess like the feet onto the legs. All right, so all 4 legs are in. Y'all see? I finally got them to click. Oh, they got the daggone screws right here. So I guess I will be able to put the front piece on. Look at me thinking I had lost them and they was in here with the little feet. All right, so let me put the feet on, and then I'm gonna try to get this piece on the front. I don't know how to do it because really the last 3 times I put these chairs together, I ain't even put this thing on the front. Their feet was just dangling. They ain't have no footrest. But I'm gonna see if I could get it on today. All right, clearly I have these feet on backwards. I did this one correctly. So, all right, so now I'm trying to get, hold on. Okay, so now I'm trying to connect this piece to here. I don't think it's supposed to go on here though. I just tried and it made the screws kind of like go lopsided. So I'm thinking I might just, like if I did, I don't know. I probably could just put, oh, here goes some more. I wonder is one of these the ones. Let me see. All right, so it's looking like these are gonna go here, I think. Cause see, when I did it, the last time I didn't even use all of these things. I just did the best I could because some of the directions wasn't making sense. So. All right, now, do y'all see how this screw is? Oh, gee. Why are you on the floor? All right, so I'm done trying with that. No way I'm about to sit here and battle with this thing all day. But I am about to proceed to try to attach this on. And then I'll just have to wipe it down and clean it up a bit or whatever. And I think it should be good to go. So let's see how I do with that. I wish you are such a hater. Stop, bro. Stop, homeboy. Stop, home nice. This screw is not even hard. You know what? This is just not the job for me. I can't. Where's that other little pack at? Let me see. Maybe I'm using the wrong screw. I really wish I could find the instructions. See, this box should have had its own instructions. It's just the fact that because I bought 2 of them, so now when one is destroyed, which many of things in this place gets destroyed, I don't know what to do. See, the thing just keep, you know what? Congratulations, Augie. Your high chair is ready. The legs are on. As long as those ain't falling off, we good. I wish I could give it a little bit more stability with these, but I really just haven't determined. Oh, I'm sorry. Haven't figured out how to get them on. This is kind of annoying because I feel like I could do it. I can do this. I just don't know how to. Yeah, I have no idea what's going wrong, so I'm done with this for today. This is good enough, at least to support him to sit down. With that being said, I'm about to end the video here. And go ahead. Yeah, I know. I'm not really good at that. But I'm about to edit the video, put it up. And before I go, I just want to thank everybody for watching, supporting, subscribing, commenting, and liking. And I also want to give a shout out to the washing machine man, the electric bill man, ooh, the rent man, and the repo man. All right, so y'all have a great one, and I will see y'all in the next video. Mwah. Oh, and guys, make sure that you do check out the website. My online boutique is going to be going across the screen.